States, it's being served in New Zealand, with super massive famous restaurants throughout Asia, all through burger chains in America too. It's made by Impossible Foods, and one of the guys from there joins you on the line right now, Nick Huller. Hey Nick, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Very good. So tell us about this Impossible Burger Patty, which you call bleeding, which is, doesn't sound great, but to a lot of meat eaters, that sounds delicious. Why did you think it was important to do this?
Yeah, we can go back more than 8 years ago. So Impossible Foods has been around for almost 8 years now. And it started out of a concept from our founder, Dr. Patrick Brown. And he had spent 25 years in the medical school at Stanford researching genomics and medical diagnostics. But he took a sabbatical and realized the biggest challenge we have facing the world is how we produce our food and really our reliance on animals for food production. And when Pat looked at this, he realized that as a biochemist, there's no reason why we need animals to make the most delicious meat, fish, and dairy foods the world has ever consumed. That's just the technology we use today to produce them. Once we learn what consumers want and then build a new way to build the flavors, the textures, the transformation as you cook with all these products. So for the last 8 years, we've been building a platform to understand why meat smells so good when you put it on the grill, and then going in the plant-based world and picking out the tools and building a new platform for how to deliver those experiences to consumers.
So Nick, we'll get to some of the environmental impacts of agriculture in a sec, but just getting down to really looking into what it was that you decided meat needed to taste like. Like, what did you decide were the key elements that meat eaters wanted from food?
That's a great question. Meat isn't what you taste. Like, you don't just taste meat in a molecule or anything behind that. You're tasting hundreds and hundreds and smelling hundreds of different compounds that we learned are all created as you cook. And so when you cook a steak on the grill, there's hundreds of compounds that are created, and it's extremely complex. And so that richness, that diversity, is part of the driver of why people like these products so much. And when we dug deeper, we learned that there's actually one protein in meat called heme that drives all the flavor chemistry as you cook meat. So now we have a very simple way to deliver that experience to consumers. And so then we would go into the plant-based world, and we found a protein from plants, but that heme is identical and it drives all the rich flavor chemistry as you cook.
So were you just doing 8 years of taste testing?
Yeah, I would say the first thing I did when I joined Pat was to go taste all the products that were on the market. And I was just blown away that people actually consume these at high quantities. My background as a dairy farming is we ate meat and dairy pretty much every meal, and the products on the market were really made for vegetarians. They weren't made for meat eaters. And so our bar from day one is we have to beat the most delicious meat in the world, and that's how we're going to change the system. And so about 2 years into the company is when we decided that ground meat would be the first category. It's iconic in culture. The burger is one of those products that is really ubiquitous everywhere. You can make meatballs, dumplings, meatloaf, really anything from it. And so we started 2 years in doing prototyping around that, and I'll say the first prototypes were not great. But within months, you could see how it's starting to come together. And within a year, we could do blind taste tests, and people saw it as a type of meat. We're only going to get better and better as we learn what each of you like, what I like, what other consumers like, because the palate and tasting is very diverse for each consumer.
But you're hearing from Nick Huller right now from Impossible Foods all about products like the Impossible Burger, a 100% vegan burger, which is, the patty is just like real meat. It looks like real meat, doesn't contain any at all. This product isn't available in Australia at the moment, but we want to hear how long until it is. We'll go to a song and we'll be back right after this. Okay?
Late at night when I'm lying wide awake is when I think it. All the ways you move, the words you say, the way you do the things you do. Wishing you were here beside me, we could dim the lights, get into me. Going out my mind, so won't you come inside, cause we got things to do. Because this hold you've got on me is strong. Think that we both knew it all along. And I can't make it out here on my own. And so I roam, and I don't know where I'm trying to go. I don't know where to get to. I just know ain't nowhere that I could go that get you. Told you you ain't no friend of mine. Everything changed the day I met you. I gotta get you off my mind. It's all before the morning does.